love. So I'm going live. This has been on my mind for a little bit, and I just keep. Have just exceptional, but a lot of energy right now. I'm trying to get some of this out. So if I repeat the American Art Therapy Association a couple of times, it's because I'm on live, and I just want to make sure that like people understand completely. Okay, so a couple of things with the American Art Therapy Association. So they have had a long history of issues. So, all right, we'll deal with the most recent. Okay. So, the American Art Therapy Association has conferences. I've been to two of them. I did present at the, ooh, was it 2010? The 2010 Dallas, wherever the one in Dallas, whenever the one in Dallas was, that's the one I did a whole presentation there, and then saw a couple of famous art therapists, Judith Rubin, Kathy Malchiotti, that type of stuff. Like like super starstruck, and like Judith Rubin is like it was I can't remember if she I know she retired, but I can't remember if she's passed. Um, she is this tiny, like, woman who, like, she just, like she's like, "Hi, I have my little backpack. I'm gonna go home now," We're like, "Okay, okay. Hi. So yeah, like it's super cool. If I saw like Bruce Moon or like Sean McNiff, I would have been super starstruck, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, I had to read Judith Rubin, I had to read Kathy Malchiotti. Like, I saw them there. It's very interesting. So I also went to the one in Sacramento, California, whenever that one was. And my life fell apart during that vacation, that trip, I should say. It was a lot. I went to the San Francisco area, and then I went to visit my family in like LA area. So this kind of it was a little bit of a long trip, but like I can't remember. Did they used to do it in like December? Is it going on now? Do I not know? No, no, no. It's already passed. It's already passed. This is a whole issue. Okay. So, American Art Therapy Association has conferences. They're pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot of us just, in whatever town. Um, and okay, there's also an international, is it, I think it's expressive arts. It's IE. Um, a so like the international expressive therapy or expressive arts therapies, it's something like that. For like there is an international association as well. So okay, they have their conferences. Unfortunately, what happened was that two volunteers were like messing up. Maybe not both of them, most likely just one of them. One volunteer accused another volunteer of SA, and I don't know if ADA got involved. So, American Art Therapy Association, ADA. I don't know if ADA got involved before or after the police were involved. So, ADA comes out with a statement. They came out with an email. I didn't get that email. I'm a part of the I get the ones from the the Art Therapy ATCB, the Art Therapy credentialing board, one of those. So I don't get the ADA ones. I don't care. Um, so ADA sent out an email, I guess detailed whatever happened. Then they posted on Instagram. And the post on Instagram, okay, so remember, this is a therapies association. It's a therapist association. Therapists are in this association. It was something so dry that was so awful that it just didn't make any sense. Every one of the comments is like, hey, I could have written something more compassionate. You are therapists. You do better. So the American Art Therapy Association basically was like, there was an accusation of harassment. A third party investigated. There is no other news at this time. You don't want to say anything about like supporting victims? Like, you don't want to say anything as we take this stuff seriously? Um, it's kind of giving, well, the police didn't think anything happened, so we don't think anything did either. And these are therapists. Apparently, the person who was accused of SA is a professor. So there's a lot with this. But I think overall, like a lot of people within the art therapy community are kind of like, so you kind of fucked up again, man. So the last controversy that I remember with the American Art Therapy Association was that Karen Pence had chosen art therapy as her like whole vibe, her organization, her topic that was going to be her thing that she was gonna go gung ho, I guess, apparently about. I'm like, I don't know, I probably shouldn't say these things. That she was going to be very supportive of art therapy in general. Now, people didn't like her because they felt that when a person is married to a Republican politician, that they have the same beliefs. I don't know if they do. You know, like, is this an Ariana Huffington situation? Like, do we really know? I I only know that Karen Pence was supporting art therapy. I think that we could have used this to our advantage, even if we didn't like the speaker, you know, and like in the end, it really doesn't matter. It just matters that there is someone who was of high rank politically who was like on our side. We could have gotten so much fucking shit done. Can you imagine if it was like, hey, so here's the issue with art therapy and like, you know, licensing and title protection and this other stuff. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it. Like, Karen Pence, you're gonna support us? Let's sit down. Let's do this. And a lot of art therapists were not about this. They did not like this. They did not like that that the Art Therapy Association did not come out immediately and say, "Get off our fucking side, you bitch," and that they were just quiet. Which, I mean, okay, you know, like you can get into politics, but you can't really get into politics as as an association, as a therapeutic association. So that is troublesome. I think that we could have just gone with the situation. 10 years ago, I had a situation with someone who was a former president of the American Art Therapy Association. They have books. They, you know, to me, they have a career that is very solid in teaching art therapists and educating art therapists and doing workshops for art therapists. I don't think that I they might have some lifetime achievement in art therapy, but like for me, I'm like art therapy is with your clients. It's not necessarily teaching art therapists how to be art therapists, because I don't know if at that point you know what an art therapist is. Like, you're kind of removed from it. Like, you can teach concepts, but I don't know if you actually know art therapy. So um this person was very intimidating. This was the person with the last straw. I feel like I got into this field. I hope I've said this before. I got into this field. I got into the field of art therapy. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna help so many people. Oh, I'm gonna help everyone, as many people as I can. And the toxic academic environment threw me down. I went willingly to New London, and New London is a very small community. I was new. They did not give a shit about art therapy. I think I think someone was like, "Well, I'm not depressed. I don't wanna make art." So I really did have to, like, switch up, like, almost as soon as I got into private practice, that sucked. That was not fun. But, it was supposed to draw people in and, like, the community just didn't really care, and that sucked. And then I get this, like, I'm like, "Yeah, so, like, I said a professional opinion. I think that coloring pages are part of art therapy." And I get this bitch, this asshole in my fucking email being like, "That is not true. And by the way, I went through your webpage and you have pictures of other people's artwork. And, I've been on many cases, that should be public record, by the way. I've been on many cases, and art therapists have lost their licenses." That's not true. There's a recognition. Not all places have licenses. Okay. Um, and people have lost their licenses over posting pictures like that. And if you need any more information than what I am telling you as an expert, then you need to pay me. And I'm actually too busy for that. So, by the way, so I'm just going to make all these claims without any backing. And you should trust me because I'm an expert. I don't trust people. You could be the top-notch expert of any fucking thing. Show me the public record of what you're talking about, and there should be plenty. I have had 2 different, over time, malpractice insurances. I had one, and then I was like, I don't know if I like that one. Let me check out another one. I got another one. Both send me emails occasionally that are like, "Hey, someone lost their license over this. This is what we want to talk about. Here's how you can prevent this from happening to you." All very important, all very informative. And if this is kind of the conversation that you want to have with someone as a professional to professional, and not like asshole to, someone just doing their fucking job, like, you should have the backing for that. You should have the backing for that. They never showed me anything. They were very intimidating. They would be like, "Oh, so, I know in Connecticut, they're going to have licensing soon. So, are you going to be licensed in Connecticut?" And they harped on that, which made me like really uncomfortable because like it was 3 years later that we got a license. And also, it's not covered by insurances. So no, not getting the license. Thank you. So I went to ADA. I went to the American Art Therapy Association. I said, "This bitch over here, she's sending shit to me. She's telling me I'm going to lose my license." And I feel very threatened by this. I feel very intimidated, and I don't want to call myself an art therapist anymore. Like, I have stepped away from calling myself an art therapist. I'm tired of fighting. Tired of fighting. And they said, "She wasn't bullying you." So I was on a group. I was in a group. I had blocked her on everything. I've never blocked anyone up till that point on LinkedIn or or not on Facebook, but or YouTube. I had to find ways to do that because she found my YouTube page and was like, "When are you getting your license? What is your fucking obsession with my license? Like, like, what is your obsession? What is your absolute obsession with this?" So I had to, hold on. Oh, I'm fine. I think, yeah. So like I had to just be like, all right, like blocked. We're done here. We're done here. And they like the ADA sided with her. And we have ethics. The ethics say that we speak and we interact as professionals with tact and with delicacy when there's anything. And I mean, people online, therapists online can be extra bitchy to each other. Don't know why the fuck that's a thing. But like, I don't have things public anymore. I don't have things that are like, "Come fucking get me," because this bitch contacted me when I was like, "Oh yeah, when, this person like, bullied me, Like, I felt uncomfortable, and so I just didn't know, and then I don't know why this is an issue. And someone else who actually knew me, she practiced down the hall from me for a while. She was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, so it's this thing." And I was like, "Okay." There's a longer philosophical conversation about this in two ways, and like I just don't, it's fine, whatever. But they sided. That's the point. That the American Art Therapy Association sided with the past president. The past president was acting shitty and does act shitty, and still occasionally will be like, and I don't think that coloring pages are art therapy. And I'm like, okay, so we have to figure out what's art. What do you think? What do you think art therapy is? Like, at what point is like a piece of artwork not created by you? Like, that's the weird thing, right? Like, at what point is a piece of artwork not created by you? Like, do you have to do the paper in order for a piece to be fully created by you? Like, what, like, if someone else draws a scribble and I finish that scribble, if I fill in that scribble in some way, is that not art therapy? Like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we splitting hairs over whether or not like coloring pages can be art therapy? The other philosophical thing is this person writes books, right? They edit books. This is a thing, right? This perfectly fine. You can take your edited little pieces of, case studies and put them together, right? And but like take pictures of people's artwork. You can tell background of those people. You can, like copy what they did and publish that. You can do all of this stuff, and you can give a full background, and like that's fine. Why? Why is that fine? I I had clients who I directly and separately asked permission to share their artwork. It's it was like a separate piece of paper. They knew, they understood. It said exactly what I could post. It said exactly where it would be posted. It said this could be revoked at any time, just like any other contract, whatever. Why is that different without it? And I didn't include any identifying information. There was no initials, there was no age, there was no area, there was no general, hey, this person is going through this. No, nothing. No background. No background. But this person wanted to say, well, you will lose your license even if you have legal permission to share the artwork because, well, I don't know, because she's an asshole. That's why. I don't know. I don't know. The other colleague who actually stepped in, who actually had information, said it's kind of like sharing someone's medical record. But that is the case. Then why? Explain to me as if I'm five. Explain to me as if I'm five why it's okay for someone who has seen a client for a long time, who has vast, whatever information about the piece of artwork, the background, everything, and to like put in fake names, put in their age, put in full backgrounds to their case and call it a case study and publish it. What's the difference? What's the difference? Tell me exactly. What's the difference? Write a fucking essay for me, please. Tell me what's the difference. One's published and the other one's not. What the fuck? Oh no web page. Oh, I had permission. Oh, one of my clients drew a picture of me. I had permission to post it. Oh, I'm a terrible therapist. Things that other therapists will tell you not to be a therapist about. Coloring pages and getting permission to share a piece of artwork. Fuck me. Why did I ever get into the field? But like, it's really just like this is why I've kind of stepped away from like more of the art therapy stuff because like I, with my clients, fucking love it. My clients are wonderful. I have had very few issues with my clients. It's every other person in like around that like sometimes I'm just like if it wasn't for insurances I'd like my job. if it wasn't for the community trying to tell me that I'm a fucking idiot, even though, like, getting an art therapy master's degree and then getting another master's degree is like having 3 master's degrees because not only do I know group therapy and the theories behind it, and a lot of directives and a lot of things to do in group therapy and the handouts, I also know how to engage or disengage or interpret like other like the artwork that's happening within the group and like how that like is a part of group dynamics. It doesn't have to be. It can be really interesting. Like stuff that I really enjoyed where I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know how cool it is to like get some people to do some artwork together and it just like it works so well. You know, like it is amazing. But like it's not just like we're learning one thing, it's learning multiple things at once and how to put them in practice. It's an amazing like I love it all. But again, it's the insurances in the community and you know, sometimes it's taking time for the CEUs, which I don't want to do. Like, you know, and just being like, I don't know, get them done, fuck it, you know. And it's the cost of all of the different licenses and fighting for the licenses and fighting against the insurances. You know, maybe they'll pay me, maybe they won't. Isn't that fun? Oh, you worked for an hour? And then having people be like, "But do you really? Are you really educated? Is that like a thing that, you know, like, I don't know, maybe you're just not. Maybe you just came on here and paraded around as if you were an art therapist for I don't know, when did I start this channel? 2014? You know, for 11 years, you just paraded around as if you were one. Okay, I mean, that's a long con, man. I don't know if I can keep a lie up for that long. I don't know if I have the energy for a life for that long, you know, like, ugh. But it's all of these other things that just kind of get in the way of like just me being with my clients. Like, you know, as I said, my clients are pretty cool. Like, especially now, my clients are so cool. Like, oh, they're so fun. But ugh, like everything else. And like, you know, I'm sure that there's going to be other problems with the American Art Therapy Association because like they're an organization. You know, like it's so difficult to just, oh, actually, there is going to be an issue. Well, the ATCB, the Art Therapy Credentialing Board, is going to have issues because they're switching over fully to a different type of website. And I'm like, how much are you guys going to fuck up? How much are you going to fuck up? Oh, and the ATCB already fucked up this year. In April, like I guess it's just July that you have to like pay your dues for that. And in April, they're like, "You're overdue," and it was like, I have it in my calendar for a totally different month. What do you mean that it's overdue? And then they're like, "Oh, psych, sorry, no, it's not. It's actually, uh, whoops, we were testing, and it actually went out live. Haha." So yeah, they just they messed up. Luckily, it was just an email, and it's not like they, you know, gave a terrible statement on Instagram or anything. Not like the American Art Therapy Association. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of art therapists who are like, I never liked your organization in the first place. Okay. Okay. Fun. So fun. All right. So yeah, that was kind of something that I had been working on for a week, and I haven't had time. I've been with my clients or on the train. Anyway, it looked like some of you guys enjoyed that. So I will talk with you all soon, and I hope you have a great, I don't know, day, night, whichever. All right.